Hello everybody, Voodoo here, and in today's video I'll be giving you guys a rotation and talent guide for the no mover family of builds for Havoc Demon Hunter. The no mover and low mover builds don't use inertia or momentum or any of the Fell Rush or Vengeful Retreat talents for the most part, and are much more easy and comfortable to play while still doing pretty good damage. Now that's not to say they're better than the other builds, in real play and sims and stuff. The other builds will be better, but if you don't like fell rushing, if you're confused by it all, if you want a more simplistic style of play, more like BFA Havoc or Shadowlands Havoc, then the no mover builds are for you. So we'll go over the talents and rotation. Before we do, make sure you like the video, comment, and subscribe. We're pushing up towards 10k. I think we're about 1.5k away, and we should hit that in a few months now, which is pretty exciting. So thanks for watching, enjoy the video, and let's get into some no mover builds. So we'll start off first with the talent builds. Now this here is going to be for raid, and this is our no mover build. You can see here we've dropped all of the movement talents and kind of shifted things more towards a Shattered Destiny Cycle of Hatred style build. Whenever we're not playing stuff like a Fire Inside with Unbound Chaos or all the Immolation Aura talents, these talents actually do pull out ahead. Now this build is only roughly like 4%, 3% behind on single target compared to the best build, which is the inertia build. But it does fall behind in cleave, as you are missing a lot of the powerful things like, Immolation Aura talents and initiative. This build though is very easy to play. It's very easy to hit that sim DPS with it as long as you have full uptime on the boss because of Cycle of Hatred and Shattered Destiny. If you want things a little bit more complex, if you don't hate backflipping and using VR, then you can drop out 1 point in Improved Chaos Strike and 1 point in Blind Fury to pick up Initiative and Tactical Retreat. This will be better on single target and also better in Cleave because of Initiative, and you'll have more Fury because of Tactical Retreat. However, it is a little bit more rotationally complex, not as bad as using the Fell Rush talents, of course, but this is a bit more complex and complicated than the pure no mover build for raid. Again, both these are very good. This one's a bit better than single target, but because of Tactical Retreat and and Initiative, you do have to use Vengeful Retreat basically on cooldown. For Mythic Plus, things are going to be pretty similar, but again, a bit different. You can see we dropped all of the Cycle of Hatred based talents as well as Essence Break and picked up a few really strong AoE talents. We've put 2 points into Chaotic Disposition to let us grab Fell Barrage, which is very powerful in AoE. We've picked up a Fire Inside, which is really good because we're taking Rage Fire, Burning Wound, and Growing Inferno, which really amps our Immolation Aura based damage. And finally, we take Glaive Tempest for some pathing to come down to know your enemy and to come down to a Fire Inside. Now this talent build does take Initiative, and Initiative is technically a mover talent. However, if you're playing this build and you don't want to backflip to get the crit refresh, then you don't need to. This talent alone is super powerful in Mythic Plus because you're basically having the 10% crit chance every single pack you go into and every single boss, which is incredibly powerful. So this build is behind the other one in Mythic Plus. Losing out on Unbound Chaos and Inertia is a very big loss. However, it's still playable, and you definitely can get away with it if you're not, like pushing like 26s plus. So if you're just doing like 20s or under, 22s and under, you can do this and do great with it. But if you're pushing high keys, probably wouldn't recommend it. Another note with this build, if you're looking for more like a boss focus or a smaller target count focus, you can drop out Fell Barrage for Essence Break just like that, and it will be a pretty similar damage profile overall without actually losing too much. Alright, so for the next part of the video, we will be covering the rotations for the 3 different builds. Now, if you want to see a visual image, I've changed from just popping up a picture on the screen. Look down here in the bottom right, it shows down my GCD tracker, so this is going to show all the DCDs I've pushed, so Fell Rush and all that stuff. It's a little high off my details meter, but whatever. It should be pretty easy to see still. So if you ever, need to stop, play it back, pause, anything like that, you can look down here to see what buttons I'm pushing. So to start, we will be doing the simple no mover build here. I'll do a slight variation for the low mover, just because it's not too different. Yeah, so it's pretty easy here. So we're gonna walk up to our target dummy. Start off with a Sigil of Flame, followed by an Immolation Aura just to get some fury. We'll Fell Blade in, and then Eye Beam, Annihilation, the Hunt, Essence Break, Death Sweep, Meta, Death Sweep, Annihilation, Eye Beam again, and then one more Annihilation. And then from here, basically all you're doing is using Annihilation whenever you have the Fury to do so, pushing all your Fury generators on cooldown, and then pushing Death Sweep on cooldown. That's literally it. You're just sitting here waiting. The small optimization is if you ever have no buttons to push, you want to end up using Spell Rush just to, you know, take up a GCD. But realistically, I'm just sitting here, I'm pushing my generators, I'm pushing my spenders, and it's really nothing complex. For a small thing here, you always want to Essence Break whenever you have the demonic form. So don't use Essence Break if you don't have, you know, I-beam up or something like that. And really, not very difficult. You're just pushing all your buttons, basically as they're going, lining up I-beam with Essence Breaks, lining up the hunt with I-beam whenever possible, and then just kind of sitting here on a single target and just doing some damage. So there is one thing which is going to come up in a second here. So we see here I-beam is going to come up. I'm going to end up holding I-beam here for Essence Break because it has less than 8 seconds. So anytime you have less than 8 seconds, you do want to end up just holding it, because again, you always want to pair them together. So they're back up now. So I'll use I-beam followed by an Essence Break, a Death Sweep, and then 2 Annihilations, and that's the window. So No Mover is a very simple rotation, nothing too difficult. You're just basically pushing all the buttons as you can. Low Mover is going to be very, very similar to No Mover, except you're going to use Vengeful Retreat basically on cooldown and using it before your Essence Break. So that opener would look very similar. You're going to start with Sigil of Flame, followed by Immolation, Aura, and Fell Blading in. Then you're going to use I-beam, Annihilation, the Hunt, Backflip, Essence Break, Death Sweep, Meta, Death Sweep, Annihilation, I-beam, and then one more Annihilation. From here, again, we are just going to be pushing as many of our Fury generators as close to cooldown as we can, just to get all our Fury, spending all of our Fury on Death Sweeps whenever possible, and then just filling with Chaos Strikes. We want to use Backflip, Vengeful Retreat on cooldown to give us the Fury and Initiative reset in this build, and always pair it with your I-beam with your Essence Break. So same things apply to this build as they did with the other one. So you always want to be using Essence Break whenever you have demonic up. You never want to just do a raw, you know, no demonic Essence Break. That would not be good. But otherwise, you're just going to sit here and do almost the exact same things. There's going to be a little bit of a difference with the Essence Break combo, which I will cut forward and show you now. So the other important part for Low Mover is the Essence Break combo. For No Mover, it's very simple. You just push Essence Break after I-beam, but for this one's gonna be a little bit different and more like season 1 and 2. So again, we're just gonna get enough Fury to go into it, so I'll push Fellblade. We're going to use I-beam, backflip away or through our target, use Essence Break, then a Death Sweep, and then 2 Annihilations. Whenever you backflip, you want to make sure you're either turning around and going through your target like this, or if you can imagine it like a triangle, going this way like that, or this way like that, to try and maintain uptime. Now it's hard in a dummy to show you this because obviously, you know, the dummies aren't very big, but if this boss was bigger, I could do this and maintain full uptime while doing it away. You never really want to do backwards. You always want to turn some way and either do you know, through your target or side to side, never away from your target. So for AoE for the No Mover build, there's going to be a lot of different moving parts that realistically you won't always have on pull. Basically, you're going to have like 3 cooldowns being Fel Barrage, Meta, and Glaive Tempest. And you're going to want to basically use these as close to on cooldown as possible. I'm going to do an opener here if you have all of them. Again, this might not be fully correct, but Low Mover, so whatever. And I will not be using Vengeful Retreat, even though you should be. I will just use straight Initiative if you because, you know, this is a No Mover guide, so that's what it is. But we're going to start off by coming in with a Sigil of Flame, walk in, use Immolation Aura, then we're going to drop down Glaive Tempest, use an I-beam, use a Hunt, use a Death Sweep, Meta, Death Sweep, I-beam, then we're going to pop Fel Barrage and pop our last Immolation Auras. And at this point, basically all we're going to do is not spend with Chaos Strike and just use Blade Dance so that we won't run out of Fury. From there, we're just going to leave kind of our opener. We did some pretty solid enough damage here with all of our things, and we're just going to go into the rest of our rotational priority. Once you're out of cooldowns, basically you're just going to be using buttons as they glow, and that's kind of about it. There's small optimizations too, where you want to use Glaive Tempest whenever you have initiative up. You want to use the Hunt pretty close to an I-beam, so you get the haste benefit from Furious Gaze. And you want to have like 2 Immolation Auras going into Fel Barrage. And basically while you're in Fel Barrage, all you're going to be doing is just not using your spenders and just using generators to make sure you can go all 100, like a minute and a half with it. That's kind of it for the AoE build. It's nothing like too impossible or complex. There's small optimizations as well, where if you're not pushing a button, then Fel Rush is better. As well, if you are going to have Throw Glaive come off CD before Blade Dance. So in this scenario, their CDs are a little bit desynced. Throw Glaive is a little bit quicker than Blade Dance. You can see I will eventually just hard Throw Glaive so that you end up not capping. Otherwise, really simplistic rotation, nothing too crazy going on there. And you can do some pretty solid damage with just chilling with Ragefire, Hunt, Fel Barrage, all that stuff. So that's kind of a quick little no mover / low mover guide for Mythic Plus and Raid. If you want to find things like embellishments to use, trinkets to use, stuff like that, I have other videos covering that. The whole point of this one is just kind of a talent and rotation guide, but I hope you found this useful nonetheless. No mover is pretty simple to do. If you're a newer player or you're just wanting a more laid back Havoc experience, then no mover or low mover is probably going to be the way to go for you. Very simplistic, like old Demon Hunter, but you can do a solid damage. Now, I will say that this is not better than the other builds, but if you're not pushing like top tier content, then it doesn't really matter and you can play whatever you want. So don't really worry about what other people are doing. If you want to play no mover, definitely go ahead and do it. It's a pretty relaxed and pretty enjoyable experience if you enjoy that more laid back, simple Havoc Demon Hunter vibes. So that's gonna be it for the video today. Make sure you like the video, comment, and subscribe down below as well to help share it around, help the algorithm out. Follow me on Twitch. I stream 2 to 4 times a week there. Join the Discord and consider becoming a channel member if you want to support me and help me out. That should all be in the description. With that though, I hope you found this video useful. Hope you're enjoying the new season. Hope you're enjoying Season of Discovery on Classic if you're playing that. And hope you're just having a good day. So thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Peace. A big shout out to all of my channel members. Thank you, Andrew Keenel, Fede Gregori, Joshua O'Connell, Latand, Period, Brad Wisniak, Zuligan, It's Bulk, Magic Man 133, and Howley. Again, thank you all so much. You guys are a big support and a big help to the channel. If you want to become a channel member and help support me, get access to a few cool perks, like some exclusive videos, special channel, my Discord, and stuff like that, then click the link in the description. Otherwise, thank you all so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.